So let's begin by understanding the essential shift COVID wants us to make. A shift from living as a victim of circumstances to living as actors of our own decision. Covers begin the book by showing that our effectiveness does not start with techniques or quick fixes. It begins by some deeper something deeper. Our paradigms. A paradigm is the way we see the world, the mental lens through which we interpret what happens to us. Our paradigms influence everything, how we think, how we feel, how we behave, and ultimately the result we produce. Covey explained that many people live according to determinist paradigms. These paradigms convince us that our behavior is controlled by factors outside ourselves. The book identifies four major forms of determinism. The first is social determinism. The beliefs that our identity is defined by others' opinions, expectations, and judgments. In these paradigms, our sense of self becomes a mirror of how social labels us. If people say we are smart, we believe it. If they say we are incapable, we also accept it. The second is genetic determinism, which suggests that our DNA completely determines our potential and limitation. In this view, our biology is our destiny. The third is environmental determinism. This is the idea that our circumstances, our family background, financial situation, opportunities, and social environments are responsible for the life we ended up living. And the fourth is psychic determinism, which claims that our past traumas, childhood experiences, and emotional world shape our future responses permanently. Although each of these payments has some true cover arms that they all share a dangerous message that we are fundamentally powerless, that life happens to us, not through us. Part 1 of this book invites us to challenge this idea. Challenge states that humans begins possess a unique quality, a space between stimulus and response. In this space, we have the ultimately human freedom, the freedom to choose our response. That space is where conscience, imagination, self awareness, and independence will operate. This is the birthplace of proactives. Habit 1 is the Habit 1 is the first and the most essential habit because it represents the root of our personal growth. To be proactive is to recognize that we are not victims of our circumstances. We are responsible for our own lives. Our behavior is a function of our decisions, not our condition. Proactive is not the same as simple being active or energetic. It is a deep awareness that we have the power to choose our thoughts, feelings, and actions. Even when we cannot control a situation, we can always control our response. This inner freedom gives us responsibility, or as Covey calls it, responsibility. A key tool for cultivating proactive is understanding that the difference between a circle of concern and a circle of influence. The circle of concern includes everything we might worry about: the economic, the politics, the weather, other people's choice, and even the past. These are things we cannot control, yet people spend their energy here, complaining, blaming, or feeling helpless. The circle of influence contains the things we can directly affect: our habits, our skills, our attitude, our choice, our work ethic, our honesty, and our response. Proactive people focus their energy here. And a powerful effect happens. When we constantly work inside our circle of influence, it gradually expands and we gain more trust, more opportunities, and more impact. Language is another important indicator of practice because it shows how reactive people use language that remove personal power. I can't, I have to, if you only. They made me so angry. Proactive language is different. It's affirming a choice of responsibility. I choose, I will, I prefer, I can find a solution. I am responsible for how I respond. This shift in language might be seen small, but it reflects and creates a major shift in mindset. Covey proposed a practical way to test these strengths proactive, a 30-day challenge. The challenge is simple but transformative. For 30 days, commit to focus exclusively on your circle of influence. Make small promises and keep them. Avoid blaming, complaining, or arguing for your own weakness. In relationship, this means model the behavior you want to see instead of criticize others. In your family, it means acting with integrity. Admit your mistake and become part of the solution. At work, it means focus on the quality of your own contribution rather than the faults or the limitation of your environment. Cover writes, be a light, not a judge. Be the model, not a critic. Be part of the solution, not part of the problem. As you practice these principles constantly, your circle of influence grows, your confidence increases, and the people around you will begin to respond differently. You discover that proactive is more than a habit, it is a pathway to personal freedom. In summary, part one is of the seven habits highly effective people teach us that three effectiveness begins with a change of imperceptions. We, when we understand that we have the power to choose our response, we break free from the techniques, paradigms that keep us reactive and powerless. Habit one, be proactive, is the foundation on which all other habits rest. It invites us to take responsibility for our lives, to speak and act with intention, and to be focused on what we can control. If you apply these principles constantly, not only your effectiveness increase, but your sense of purpose, confidence, and freedom will grow as well.